You see Famularo is a couple of shades to the right out in center field. Nino is pretty straight up out in left. Webb will check on the runner once more. Lions are 15-1 this season when scoring 10 or more runs. Weber finds his zone. That lone loss was against Ave Maria. Welcome back to the game 2 of our doubleheader here on the Vanguard Sports Network. JJ Johnson alongside Xander Zubiotti as your Vanguard Lions are getting set to take on the Masters. Once again, Lions took game 1 by a score of 10-3 after that 9-run first inning onslaught, taking advantage of the former Lion in Gage Webster. Jacob Dahlstrom went 7 innings of really good work, and Jackson Weber in relief. A little shaky, but nonetheless got the job done in holding off the Mustangs in a potential rally. Lions are 25-17 against the 19-16 Mustangs, but more importantly in the conference, the Lions have now improved to 2 games ahead of the Mustangs. The Lions are able to pick up another game here. They would now then be 3 games ahead of the Mustangs with only 3 conference games left, so the Lions would only have to win 1 game against Hope next weekend to lock up the 5 seed, or even potentially leapfrog ahead of Ottawa if they're able to win more games against the Hope International Royals for the 4 seed. But the Lions are just trying to get into the dance. They don't care if it's the 4 or the 5. Although I'm sure they would love to see Jessup once again after things got testy up in Rockland last weekend. And the first pitch here of game 2 is delivered from the left arm of Quincy Vassar. Last time he started the game was against Sagu American Indian, where the Lions won 18-0. Yes, 18-0 here at home. Lions sweeping that series with ease. Vassar improving to 2-3 because of that one. 4 innings worth of work for him that day. 2 hits and 7 strikeouts. Really good work. Madol's going to go ahead and drift over in right field to make the snag for the first out of game 2. Vassar fires in. Tepes Payne is catching now this game. It's still going to be Antonio Onfroy over at first. Second baseman Silavitia. Shortstop Costas and Stevens. Infield remains the same. Voltaggio on left. Right field is Madol, as we mentioned. Oscar Diaz is still going to be the DH in the lineup as Austin Young fouls that one back. But right there in that 8 spot defensively, guess who's returning? Corey Jarrell. As we got a chance to talk to him, he said he feels good, but there's some apprehension as to, why not just wait and see if you actually need him this game rather than putting him out there in harm's way as we see a 3-2 count here. Why put him in harm's way unnecessarily? Maybe see if you can, stand pat. Maybe have Oscar Diaz catch this game and let, Tevez play center once again. There's some question marks there as to why Corey would try to push it early. We saw what happened last time as Austin Young worked his way to draw a walk here and try to get a 2-out rally going. But nonetheless, Corey said he feels good enough to play, and he'll be batting 5th in the lineup, rather, for the Lions here in game 2.
And it does bring the question mark, just why do this? Why? Understanding the fact that you need a win. You need to win this game to put you in a great spot to stay in the tournament. But understand, you put 10 runs on the Masters in the last game. Granted, you don't expect to do that every time you go out there and play, but you were doing good enough to get the win with your last lineup.
Yep.
And like you're saying, we have Oscar Diaz. Why doesn't he play catcher? Why doesn't Abraham catch again? Because 7 innings, so not as much work as normal. But
it's just a question mark as to why not wait and see, as they did in the Jessup series where he was active for the game and he only came in to pinch hit a couple times in that one, try easing him back into the lineup. This ball's right back up the middle. Watch your lips there as Casas will make the trot. Oh, Henderson just the second of the afternoon as he went 2 for 4 in game 1. That'll bring up Kobe Katayama. But down at the beach, about 10 minutes from here, the GSAC Beach tournament, or GSAC Beach Volleyball tournament, is underway, and Vanguard is taking on Ottawa in that one. It's a rematch of a couple of matchups early in the season that were hotly contested, though I know those two sides do not like each other at all.
Third baseman number 10, Austin Young.
Coach Brooks not satisfied with whatever explanation he was given. As it stands, it's an RBI double. The Masters still strike first, though, with the 1-0 lead. His ball's going to be chopped over to short. Casas makes a throw. Stretching out to make the grab is Antonio Onfroy, showing off the flexibility there, keeping the toe down. That's why you stretch, kids.
That man has a great stretch. Good job by the Hawaiian right there to get that ball.
Coach Brooks is making the argument that his foot came off the bag, but Tony, call him Tony Toe Tap from now on, keeping it down. We're going to go to the bottom of the third. The Lions need to answer. This ball's going to drop in for a base hit for Voltaggio. A little, I mean, I don't know how to call this.
Well, I was about to say, putting some Italian on that baseball.
Some Italian seasoning on top for Voltaggio.
Yeah, just getting off the end of the bat, just not doing much. I mean, especially with the second baseman playing up the middle, Nino going the other way, I guess you find a way to do it right there.
Absolutely. We have a new catcher as well. We're trying to get the number, but his catcher's gear is making it a little bit difficult. But Voltaggio, a bit of a bigger lead here now. Brownell backs off. Madole jammed in on the hands. This might be a Bermuda Triangle situation, and it will drop for a hit, but it will hold Voltaggio at third.
If Corey can get a good enough bunt down, maybe to the first base side, there's a great possibility of Nino scoring.
Are you going to ask that of Corey Jarrell after he hasn't really been practicing as of late?
Well, it could be helping him out anyways with the...
Not having to swing through?
Yeah, with not having to swing so he doesn't hurt his oblique. He just lays down a nice bunt.
Well, he goes opposite there. They're going to try to double up, unable to do so there. Corey Jarrell lines out to the third baseman. Avitia jammed in on the hands into center field, and it will drift to Katayama. So 2 runners left stranded in scoring position. The first sign of trouble, and the Lions go 9 consecutive innings without scoring a run. Pitching's going to have to hold serve while the Lions offense tries to find itself again. Top of the fifth.
Left side of the field, but sadly just right at a guy.
Ricochet alert there. A strikeout. Voltaggio is livid. And now Coach Pegg just got warned. Voltaggio is livid. He showed him up with surprise. He didn't get rung up, but Coach Pegg just officially got warned, and he's getting written up as Pegg still voicing his displeasure with the home plate umpire.
Much, but at least I'm happy to get that.
Diaz goes down to get that one, and he's going to smoke this into the giant gap that you talked about before with that gap out in right center. Tevis Payne is going to be held up. It was a sudden hold up, way to put the brakes on it. Might be the best chance with your best hitter stepping into the box with 2 runners in scoring position, trailing by 2. Working against Friesen. Takes high and wide, 2-1.
Corey's AB.
Well, I think this one might be bigger than Corey's.
Yeah, bet right before this.
So far, moments just keep stacking up one on top of each other. Friesen steps off. Needs a second to gather his bearings. Trying to play hero for the Lions. The 3-2. Puts that one through the left side. That'll bring Easter Harrison home. Famolaro's being waved home. The throw is not going to be in time. Famolaro's in state. The Lions have taken the lead, and the dugout has erupted. 2 RBI single for Levi Hall. Goes off the umpire's face, and he's built tough, though.
Built Ford tough, or?
No, we don't have a Ford sponsorship, so I can't say that.
Okay.
We do have Farmers and Merchants Bank, though.
So that kind of tough.
Yeah.
All right.
Bank on the Lions. That's on us.
Oh, there you go.
This ball is popped in the air to right, and Madole has a good beat on it, and he makes the grab on the track, as we've had too many close calls for my liking on that warning track today. Munguia blows the save in the top of the 7th. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. The Lions need to play hero ball once again on the Vanguard Sports Network.
Nino's speed, if he hits it down that left field line, Nino has to be scoring.
Nino will have to go back. 1-2 for Matheson. Nino's on the move. It's pulled foul. Nino is getting his good cardio work in. 2-2. At the belt, and he is livid.
Oh my goodness.
That pitch was elevated.
Why is that a strike? I don't understand
Zuby,
how that's a strike.
That's a terrible way for this game to end, and which was, I mean, the players were doing a great job of making this about them, and unfortunately,
Time of the game, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
the game ends like that.
Lions are next in action. Next Friday.
Zuby, what part of the zone did that hit?
A hard-fought game down to the wire, and that's how you end it?
Well, as it stands, the Mustangs just won 4-3, but you hate to see a game end like that. I mean, that pitch, Zuby.
That was called a ball, Lily, a pitch before.
I would argue that pitch was higher than the pitch before, Zuby. A terrible way for that game to end. As it stands, Matheson improves to 3-2 on the season. Munguia drops to 4-2. Game time, 2 hours and 10 minutes.